I'm here with Hasan Salaam at the Brooklyn Bowl, and he just put on one hell of a concert with Immortal Technique. And what actually are you guys doing here tonight?
Well, we're raising money for people who lost everything during Sandy. You know, people who've been looked over by the government, haven't been taken care of. You know, similar situation to what happened in Katrina. I'm from Jersey. You know, our whole shoreline was changed. You know, a lot of places I used to go to as a kid is no longer there. So it's very important to just give back, and that's what music is supposed to be for. Music is supposed to rally people and put forth the right message to get us all together and get us motivated. You know, music can change the world. You know.
So, were you there during Sandy?
I was actually not. I'm the only person that's ever gone to Florida and not been in a hurricane. I actually couldn't get back. My family was all without power for weeks, and I was stuck in Florida. Couldn't get back.
So, was it as bad as the media was making it out to be?
In certain places, yes. You know, in certain places, people lost everything. They lost their whole life, you know? So people died in it. So to me, that's bad. In other places, some places didn't get hit as hard as others. You know, I know you said you're from Connecticut. I know Connecticut really didn't get much, right? But like, for example, you know, in Jersey, it's funny the way that they've spoken about it in the Jersey aspect of things is they've mostly gone to Caucasian communities and haven't really dealt with black communities like Wildwood and Neptune. You know, the hood in Atlantic City got hit really bad, but they're only telling you about casinos and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's been bad. It was bad, but they're not telling you the whole story at the same time, you know? You know, the media is gonna be the media.
And speaking of the media, we just had a tragic incident in Connecticut, a school shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary. Any comments on that?
It's an obvious tragedy. I can't imagine. I don't have any kids. I have a goddaughter. She's 3 years old. I can't imagine what a parent must be going through to have to deal with that. Going back to what we said about the media's portrayal of the situation is like this hasn't happened before. You know, when I was on stage, I was mentioning there's a new statistic out that every 36 hours, a black man, woman, or child is murdered by law enforcement here in America, and you don't hear the same outcry. You know, no matter what a person's color is, people should be outraged at the violence that this country perpetuates. You know, someone right now is losing their life due to a gun crime. You know, so it's like every day people should be outraged. The conversation about, you know, the legality of firearms and all of that should have been going on, but when it's black and brown people that's at the victimized end of it, people don't care, you know, and that takes nothing away from this tragedy. My heart goes out to the families in that community, but it's just interesting to me when it's the media, like in this small town, you never believe it could happen, but it's like if you talk about my neighborhood, where it's supposed to happen, you know, so it's kind of insulting at the same time, you know.
I like that. You're right about that, man. All right, here's a question I want to go off with. Now, many revolutions have been controlled throughout history, and you really don't know where this revolution, who's leading it, and what, you know, and who the leaders are. You know what I'm saying?
Which revolution are you speaking of?
The revolution to get off this oppression, man. You know, I'm just talking about the revolution to get away from big government, all that. You know, because people, like you talk about, you know, which revolution? Our revolution, everybody's revolution, man. You know, we're too busy.
Well, if it's our revolution, then we have to look at how revolutions have failed in the past. And, you know, it's definitely, I think, in a situation now when you say who's leading it, you know, to me it's more about how is everybody making that change and being that revolution within themselves. Because it's also about a point of evolution, because we can't just sit here and say, okay, we're gonna overthrow these people, because I don't want a new motherfucker to come into power that's gonna tell me what to do either. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because motherfuckers is against a particular system that's here now doesn't mean they're gonna implement a better system. I mean, if you look in Russia, when they were talking about the communist revolution there, that was a Bolshevik revolution. It wasn't a true communist revolution. So people have to be very, very wary of what they listen to, what they do, who they follow. You know what I'm saying? Be able to educate yourself, to be your own leader, but also at the same time, can't have too many chefs in the kitchen. So at sometimes you have to actually find a way to work together. You know, I think a lot of the things that I've seen from Occupy, where there's actually, people take a consensus. you know, a true democracy where everybody has a voice and everybody has a say in what's going to happen is what we should work to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it should just be one leader telling people what to do, you know, because ego get in the way.
Any idea how we can put away our petty differences and actually unite for once?
Look at everybody as human. You know, we spend too much time dividing ourselves. Like, we have different backgrounds. You should learn about my background. I should learn about yours. But at the end of the day, we have a common thread. We're both human beings. We got the same blue blood flowing through our veins. When it hit that oxygen, it go red. We have the same exact things that work inside of us. You know, whether you believe in God, you don't believe in God, find the things that you meet with and work from there. Because what you believe and what I believe, when you get all into the little details, it doesn't really matter. That's our business, my personal business, and yours. But if we have a common ground that we believe in human rights, then that's where we should start at.
Word, man, word. Thank you very much, man. I like your input. Thank you, Hasan.
I think that the real issue is not just gun control. It's not just, you know, mental health or any of the other things that people want to make the central issue. Even though I think those are important factors, I think it's the direction of the country in general.
And govern identities. I think what is impactful about hip hop is that every culture, every community, every sex, every race comes together for the common resonance that we all agree upon.